Hello, my name is Katie Lee Reed, and my company is Cobra PR, and we're here for a quick company overview and pitch. Cobra PR is a publicity firm that will be operated as a sole proprietorship based in Baltimore, Maryland. The business model parallels that of a consultancy. It's a service-based company where clients are aggregated through networking and internet traffic. This will entail utilizing marketing prowess to promote a client's public image and increase brand awareness through media outlets and social media using press releases, original multimedia, and other newsworthy items of interest. Contracts with clients will either be term-based or project-based according to the client's needs. A la carte PR services will be offered through our website, allowing us to operate in virtually any global market. Retainer-based billing will be the primary billing model, supplemented by commission-based billing for special requests. Armed with experience and some second-hand lessons in business, I am confident in my ability to turn Cobra PR into a thriving, highly sought-out business. I am reliant on my business savvy, self-confidence, and nose-to-the-grindstone work ethic. My knowledge of the industry and my relationships with other professionals are my highly valuable, intangible assets. Publicity is a global industry, making the potential market unlimited. Research has shown that artists that are focused on their careers are willing to spend money on specialty services to break out into the next level of success. I have received accolades from artists that have benefited from my services and are happy to endorse me. Pepper, a rock reggae group that I've worked with in the past, is on the 2011 Warped Tour and was recently signed to Law Records. Cobra PR has great potential for growth. We currently have goals to hire other PR representatives as the client load increases. Once the company becomes more successful, options for future profitability increase exponentially. With the a la carte services offered through the internet, Cobra PR has unlimited market reach. The best way to engage clients for this type of business is to personally sell through networking. Many artists may not want to hire their full-time publicists, and the a la carte services allow customers to pick and choose the products they need. The classic iteration of a PR firm combined with a web-based business is a perfect marriage of dual revenue streams, allowing the company to maximize their client base and profits. Research has shown that there are 491 artists in the Baltimore City area. Primary research revealed that 68% of those artists agree that publicity is important and that the other 32% say a publicist is only worth it if they are successful. Potential consumers are aware of the need for publicity services, and since publicity is a service-based business, technology and mobile communications would allow me to supplement with clients outside the geographic region of Baltimore City. For our customer profile, we have Coffinberry, which is a 4-piece alternative rock band consisting of 2 brothers and 2 other members. They recently moved to Baltimore from Cleveland in order to be closer to their base of operations and their record label, Mobtown Records. The guys all met in college, but none of them finished, and they've been a band for almost 2 years. They're celebrating their homecoming for their first East Coast tour with Blame Shift, another band that has been gaining in popularity. They'd rather spend money on new gear instead of saving, but they understand the importance of the band's public image as per advice received from their label. The industry sector of publicity is very competitive. Although there is an annual 8% growth in business for publicity, it falls short of the normal pace of 11% set by the other industries. Most firms have begun offering extended services to create a more diverse clientele in order to capture a larger market share. Niche or boutique firms like Cobra PR are successful within their market segment. Based upon data found in the research, it is feasible that Cobra PR will be able to successfully compete in the market. Proprietary experience and knowledge gives my company a competitive edge. By differentiating Cobra PR as solely a PR company, catering strictly to up-and-coming indie artists, it will position the company as a market nicher. Competitors attempt to offer many different services all under one roof. My company focuses on PR and is an industry expert in the arena of publicity. Cobra PR offers services that enhance an up-and-coming artist's outward public image and presence, creating greater awareness amongst fans. Larger conglomerate corporations can be intimidating to consumers. Cobra PR clearly deals with only one service: publicity. Customers are able to try before they buy and make an informed consumer choice once they've considered the complimentary consultation meeting. For our marketing mix, we're going to focus on the traditional avenues of direct promotion and personal selling through the social media networks. Also, we're going to be, as a PR firm, we have to set our own good example and have strong public relations. For non-traditional marketing techniques, we're going to employ some guerrilla marketing around Baltimore City and try to feed into word-of-mouth marketing using the social networks. The strategy will be to emphasize the value and the quality of the publicity services offered by Cobra PR. Customer perception factors and quality differentiators will determine the pricing and promotion in order to best appeal to the target market. For distribution, a la carte services will be available through the company's websites or in person, and all other services will be offered by me and any interns I may have to delegate work to. Briefly, I'd like to go over some startup and capital expenses for Cobra PR. I'd like you to notice that down here we have a total startup capital requirement of $72,410. This is assuming a lead-up time of 5 months where the business is actually launched in January 2012. Just some quick highlights. There are no license and permits fees to operate as a PR business in Baltimore City or Baltimore County. And also, I'd like to note that these assets are all part of setting up a home office and getting the business rolling. Also, I've included a contingency fund of $6,583, and that's how we get to our total. If we go over here to the pro forma expenses, we can look at the year-to-year analysis. You'll notice that at the end of 2012, our first year of business, we're operating at a net loss, also for our second year of business. But then in 2014, we're actually seeing a net profit, and we're headed in the right direction, and business is gradually increasing year to year. The point I want to make with this is that based upon the nature of the business, it takes a great deal of time and effort to aggregate clients and make the business profitable, and that's the way the numbers are the way they are, and that's a realistic projection for this business model. Let's move on to the next subject. This time, I'd like to go over some sale prices and year-to-year projections. This is a list of all of our a la carte publicity services along with our monthly retainer-based services. You'll notice that the services are listed from least expensive to most expensive. We have the anticipated percent of sales in this column, as well as the total cost of goods sold. You'll notice certain columns, like this one, they don't have a cost of goods sold. It's because the final product is actually intangible, and outside the time it takes me to create the product, there is no cost of goods sold because there are no materials involved. Monthly retainer-based services, we have various levels. We have basic, standard, same thing. They're organized least expensive to most expensive, with percent sales included on the right-hand column and the cost of goods sold on the far right column. If we go over to the business pro forma financials, you'll notice that for the first year I've mapped out projections for each month for net sales. It varies month to month. This is done by a calculation which uses projections to assume what net sales can be expected to be in the first year of business. And based upon research, I found that it's reasonable to believe that our gross profit margin for year one is going to be around $55,417. Let's keep going, guys. Let's look at the revenue, expenses, and estimated profit projected for year one. I'd like you to make note of this top section, which is income. It details gross sales estimated on a monthly basis for the entire first year of business, net sales we have in this row right here, and then gross margin. I'd like to draw your attention to some of our expenses. Many of our expenses are invariable, like the salaries and wages. That's my modest salary. Other expenses are variable, like, for instance, the entertainment expense. That's a variable expense that varies greatly month to month, and that's because I'll be attending industry events as a way to promote the business and network with potential clients, especially wining and dining them. So that's one of the reasons why that expense varies month to month. Same with the travel expense. Due to the distance I'm traveling by car to these events, I've averaged the average gas price and the average driving distance a month and created a variable projection for our travel expense for the business. So you'll see that in bold we have our total expenses for the first year operating at $65,915, less our income before interest and taxes. Also, we have an interest expense because we'll be using a loan to cover part of the startup costs, which gives us our net profit of negative $11,517. Now, if we come over here, you can see that I've done some vertical and horizontal analysis. One of the things I'd like to draw your attention to is the horizontal analysis from year 2012 to 2013. There is a 12% increase in the gross profit margin. And then again in 2013 to 2014, there is a 28% increase in the gross profit margin. So as you can see, we are heading in the right direction, and our expenses are gradually increasing a little bit with our income. However, the income is increasing at a pace where it's reasonable to believe that Cabra PR will be a profitable business that will be able to sustain growth. For our investment, we are requesting $108,000 for a 49% stake in the company as a limited partner. In 2014, the initial ROI is 5%. However, the margin of profit is infinite because we are offering a 49% of all net profits as a limited partner. The payback schedule will vary depending on year-end profit margins, but once the initial investment is returned, you are free to continue your involvement or exit the business. We can negotiate a payment of monthly, quarterly, or bi-monthly payments. That's up to negotiation. Anyways, I'd like to thank you for your time, and at this time, open the floor up to questions and allow you guys to review my references. Thank you.